a lot of us assume that once we start making good money, life should get better. But then that new paycheck hits, and somehow it's already gone again. The apartment got upgraded, the car note got bigger, it's a new car, the brunches became more frequent and more expensive, the travel increased, the little treats increased, and even the lifestyle holistically expanded. But the financial peace never came with it. And eventually you realize that making more money doesn't solve your problem if you don't know how to manage it. That was a hard lesson I had to learn, which is why in this video, I'm gonna talk about why some women still make good money, but still feel broke. And broke is subjective, of course. How lifestyle inflation, okay, quietly keeps people financially stuck. And the systems that help me stop feeling like my paycheck disappeared before it even reached my account every month. So if you are new here or a returning member of the Maximize Money gang, hey girl, hey, my name is Jocelyn and I am the founder of Maximize Money and a certified money coach that teaches women how to invest their first $100 in the stock market and continue to grow it with confidence. And as I mentioned, making more money doesn't automatically equate to financial peace and financial stability. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because number one, lifestyle inflation is real. What I've recognized with a lot of people who start to make more money is that their lifestyle increases. They move into the high-rise apartment they've always wanted. They buy a new car. And if y'all don't know about cars, baby, cars are depreciating assets. As soon as you drive that baby off the lot, it is worth less than what you bought it for. So I'm a huge fan. Shout out to my brother who told me to get pre-owned certified cars. That's the car that I've been driving since 2015. That car is a 2012 and it is still running smoothly. Have I had little maintenance things? Yes, but number one, it's an American car, okay? Number two, it has great mileage. And three, I have no car note, okay? Imagine if I finally made six figures, and at one point I was making six figures in my corporate salary, and I decided to go upgrade my house or go upgrade my car. No. What I did do is do a little bit more I deserve it spending when I first got to six figures, but I quickly reeled that back in because I know that I used to be the girl who overspent. I was always at brunch. I was always at happy hour. I was always letting FOMO pull me into trips with my friends and my family, and I don't regret any of that, okay? My 20s were fun. But in my 30s, I realized after paying off over $80,000 in debt, after paying off my car note, after paying off credit card debt, that I didn't want to go back there. So I had to be intentional with my spending, and I had to remove the emotional spending and the I deserve it spending. Does it still happen? Of course, I'm human. I'm a woman, okay? Life is hard for us. But I'm so much more particular with replacing that habit with something else. Maybe I'll go for a walk. Maybe I'll make a cocktail at home. I'm not even drinking right now, so that's not even a requirement, even though I do be wanting a little cocktail from time to time. But the weight is finally calming off, y'all, so I won't be drinking till August. But the ultimate thing is that a lot of us increase our lifestyles just as much as we increase our paychecks, and we don't want that. So that's why you feel broke, because you don't manage your money. You're probably making enough money. We all could use more money. Let's be clear. I'm never going to tell you not to go after a promotion and a new job that pays more. But if you still don't know how to manage your money, you're always going to feel like you're stretched. And it's because you're not tracking your money, which leads me to point two around why your paycheck continues to disappear, is that you don't know where your money is going. You're avoiding your accounts. You don't have your alerts set up. Again, I talk about this on a lot of videos. I have alerts set up, even as a money coach, y'all. I have alerts set up for all activity, from my credit cards and my debit cards. I know when something's getting withdrawn. I know when something's been deposited. I know when an auto pay experience happened. I know when I had to transfer some money to somebody transferred money to me. I know what's happening with my money because I am the CEO of my own life. I'm not leaving that to chance. I did that for so long, which is why it took me so long to buy my first home. You have to get clear on where your money was going. Is it scary? Yes, because you're going to look up and say, damn, I spent $500 on brunch. That is crazy, but that's okay, because now you know and you can adjust your money. Because I'm not telling you not to go to brunch, baby, especially as summer is here. Go outside, have some fun, be cute, clink them little mimosas, but make sure that the money was accounted for. And my spending plan can help you plan ahead and reflect at the same time. I coded it so that all you got to do is put your numbers in. If there's some categories like, travel or other things that aren't listed, you can easily add them in. I have a whole simple walkthrough video that helps you use it. It shouldn't take you more than 1 hour a month to fill it out, babes. We have to start being intentional with our money. We have to start understanding what's coming in and what's going out, because you likely have more money than you think. And I'm saying this as someone who once made $60,000, someone who once made $85,000, someone who once made $100,000. You know, like, I got serious about managing my money when I was making $60,000. Okay, that made it easier for those increases to be put into the right places. I didn't increase my lifestyle. I started investing more. I started saving more. I started automating that, so I didn't even see the money. Okay, I needed to know that those things were handled, because now that I'm laid off, I'm living on my savings. I also realized that I built an investment portfolio worth $250,000. I can pull from that money instead of me having to go to a bank and them give me some shady interest rate to get money. No, I was intentional about building financial independence because I had already been laid off once in 2020. I didn't want that experience to happen to me again. It happened, but guess what? I'm in a much better place financially because I did what I was supposed to do between 2021 and 2025 until November. So I want you to stop ignoring your money. Set up the alerts, okay? Use my spending plan template. Comment free spending plan below. I'll send it to you, okay? Look at your money, understand what's happening, and make sure you account for everything. Y'all like to just put the rent, the groceries, the car note. No, put travel stuff on there. Put savings. Like, I have buckets for everything that's happening in your life, because we like to give you a half picture. We need to see a full picture. We need to see a full 360-degree view of what's happening with your money. Stop hiding it. The only person who's gonna see the spending plan is you, baby. So I'm a huge fan of tracking my money. My free spending plan template will get you together. Pull your edges out at the same time, but we all need it. I'm gonna give you that tough love because, again, I want better for you. The next thing is waiting for more money to fix everything. A lot of us online are like, oh, like, I'm not going to decrease my likes, my spending. I'm just going to make more money. If you don't have financial skills to manage your money, you're always going to be chasing more money. And that's not a peaceful life to me. That doesn't sound like soft life to me. That's giving hustle culture. And we want ease, don't we? We want alignment. We want to say yes and have choices to do the things that we want to do. But if you're always chasing the next bag, when are you going to rest? Like, you always are going to be worrying. Your brain is always going to be on. And as the girls like to say, I want to turn my brain off. I do too sometimes, but I had to know that I did what I needed to do. And as I always say, the soft life requires us to do hard things. Managing your money, saving your money, paying down the debt, investing. I went through the whole gamut of the financial blueprint so that you have an example. I'm no better than you, baby. I come from a single parent household. My mom did the best that she could. She did a good job, okay? But she didn't tell me how to build wealth. She told me how to save. She told me to not get in debt, to avoid credit cards, because that's what she thought. That's what she knew. But now life looks different. Job security is not what it used to be. So you are now responsible for your financial independence, not your job, not your business. Those are means to the tool, which is money, that you should be using to create your dream life. It all connects. You have to start using your habits. You have to start using your time and your money wisely and spending it according to your values. And again, a spending plan can help you do all of that. So it's about intentionality. It's not about taking away from things, being restrictive. It's about ensuring that you have the discipline and you're building the habits before the increase happens, because God won't bless us if we're not a good steward over what we have now. So please, want to make good money. Make good money. Go after the contracts. Go after the new promotions and things like that, but make sure that you have a system, a plan for your money. And my spending plan template is a great place to start. So again, comment spending plan below. It's free and I will send it to you as well. The next thing that helped me personally, again, in addition to tracking my spending, I'm going to give you guys some habits real quick, is cooking more at home. You do not need to go out. If it's a long day, you're tired, you don't want to cook, guess what, baby? Most grocery stores have rotisserie chickens. Most grocery store offers some type of pre-made meal. Most grocery stores have freaking frozen tenders. You could just put them in an air fryer. You could saute some vegetables, get you some frozen cauliflower rice, get you some frozen mashed cauliflower, because I care about your health just like I care about your wealth, and boom, we got a dinner, okay? Get you some Hawaiian rolls, boom, kids fed. That's about $20, baby. I'm not asking you to break the bank, but we have to start cooking more. Number one, that's good for our health. And number two, that's good for our pockets. We need to be around to enjoy the wealth that we're building. 2 is removing Amazon, Shein from my phone. The only thing I have is Apple Pay, and I don't even use that the way that I used to. 3 is waiting 72 hours before I make a big purchase. That has helped me so much because I end up forgetting about the thing that I wanted so bad, but then I don't. Like I mentioned, I really want to go see Jeezy. Okay, continue to pray for me. I'm still thinking about it. So I told my twin, and she was like, I'm down. So again, that cuts the price of the hotel in half. I already have, because I haven't been traveling this year, I already have the points to cover my flight. Now we just have to get the tickets. So like just small things like that helps, because I'm not spending on Amazon and Shein the way that I used to. I only need 2 things this summer: a birthday dress, because new year, new me. And then if we go to Jeezy, I'm getting a fly black dress because it's a black tie experience. Okay, we deserve that. I deserve that. Consider that birthday dress number 2. Okay. Managing my own investments. What we don't recognize is that if you like hand it off to somebody else, like a financial advisor, they are charging you a fee. Now, are you gonna have to pay them $50 every month? No, but they get it on the back end. Okay, that's a percentage of your portfolio that you could avoid by just managing your own investments. That's why my workshop, I have my girls open their own account, invest their own $100, and I show them how to choose the right investments that, you know, make sense for their portfolios. And then also investing consistently. I don't care what's going on. I was always automating my investments. And I'm so glad I did that, because again, I can pull from that money if I need to, in addition to my savings that I was already doing and automating. And don't just put it in a regular savings account, baby. Put it in a high yield savings account. A high yield savings account is essentially an account that pays you to save. So think of like interest. We may pay interest if we have a car note, if we have student loans. These kind of accounts pay you interest every single month. It's called an annual percentage yield. These are free accounts to set up. There's no minimum balance. There's no catch. It's just a glorified savings account, okay? So instead of you just leaving your savings in Wells Fargo and Bank of America and moving money from your checking and saving, you ain't gonna never save if the money's that accessible. Ask me how I know, okay? I know all y'all tricks because I did them myself with my life. No, put it somewhere you can't touch it, and then be rewarded to save with the high yield savings account in the form of interest. Them couple of dollars that I get every single month now, I'm getting close to $200 because I have such a large balance. I've saved over 6 months of expenses, okay? So my favorite account is Marcus by Goldman Sachs. It is linked below. If you use my code, you get an extra amount of percentage beyond what they're advertising. But I also will link below a video about what high yield savings accounts are, because I believe in education first before you take action. I'll link that below in the description as well. I'm a huge fan of high yield savings accounts. I've been using mine since 2018. I've used it to save for my home. I've used it to save for trips. I've used it to save for my layoff that I didn't know was coming, okay? So it's an emergency savings. It's all types of things, and I'm so grateful for it, and I want more people using high yield savings accounts, y'all. It is linked in the description. And then the last thing is choosing intentional spending over emotional spending. I used to be very emotional with my spending. I used to be on Amazon between meetings. I used to be ordering dinner knowing that I had chicken thon. Like, I'm so intentional with my money because I know that that $50 that I spend there could have been $50 that went to my investing, or went to my travel savings, or went to somewhere else, you know? So I'm just very intentional in not letting a bad day force me to spend money that I already had allocated for other things. And so hopefully this helps you to understand what financial peace should look like. It should look like freedom, flexibility, the money to do the things that you want to do and the things that you need to do. It should look like not panicking and waiting for payday to not leave the house. Like, it should look like not having to stress when bills hit. It should look like auto pay. You know that you've made it in life when your bills are on auto pay. And a good chunk of my bills are on auto pay. And that's how I know that I'm a better person, because 2016 me, 2018 me, even 2020 me would have never, okay? But so many of my bills are on auto pay now, just like my savings were on auto pay, my investments were on auto pay. And I just feel so good about that. Like, because I know what's going on, because I have those alerts. I'm not the girl who just be blindly letting things leave my account. I know what's happening, because I have caught things that were more expensive than they would have, and I've called AT&T and said, hey baby, I usually pay $60. Why y'all charging me $65? Next thing you know, they reversed it, okay? Or they gave me a credit for the next bill. You don't be hands off. You don't become Delulu with your money. Be enough hands-on so that you know what's happening. But that's why you have systems and tools that are working for you, so that you don't have to dedicate 5 hours to managing your money. No, technology makes it so much easier now, y'all. So hopefully this inspires you to get serious about your money, to set up these simple systems and tools. Grab my free spending plan template, click or comment spending plan below, and join me over on the next video where I talk about the 9 money mistakes that I made so that you don't have to, and let's talk about it together.